Word. All right, we're here for Kagurabachi chapter 114 in Act 2. And I know, guys, it's been two, it hasn't even been that long, but this 113 opened up so crazily into Act 2 and even the half. Oh, I forgot even that we should talk about the half that came in between the chapter 112 and a half. That was also wild.
Yeah.
Which I feel like we're a broken record at this point, but it's starting from there, from the bonus chapter, which I don't know if some of you guys may have missed or whatever, but in between Act 1 and Act 2, there was a chapter 112.5, at least that's how my site listed it, where it's called Soya Sazanami's Memories Begone. And it's about the long lost brother that we talked about as one of the characters that we were like, we wouldn't be mad if he was brought back. Remember we talked about that? Like at a certain point before the Phoenix was revealed, we were talking about man, I forgot the sword master guy, the one with the cool design. What's his name again?
The main one?
Yeah, the main one.
Soga.
Not Soga. The one we got introduced to first with Chihiro.
It starts with an S.
Is it? Is it your?
Because you're not thinking about Uruha.
Yeah, Uruha. Yeah. Remember, before he came back, you were saying you like his design so much, so you wouldn't be mad that he came back. And then he came back. And then we were talking about a few characters, and the brother was the other character we're like, we really like that guy. And now he's back, and he's set up to be like a weirdly perfect ally kind of thing, because he's like brain broken.
Yeah, all he knows is that he loves his brother, but little does he know that the love he has isn't normal.
Yeah, society doesn't exactly respond well to his form of love, which I just thought that this chapter was crazy, because if you guys remember the last episode, we talked about a plethora of things which do get addressed in the act stuff, but the last part, the very ending of that conversation, was what allies we thought might that Chihiro might get. And we were talking about like the powers, how much of a scope like Soga is away from Chihiro, and how does he get there? Adding the brother into the mix is a good way to like get us there somehow. It's just kind of weird how we like when the parties clash, what ends up happening, considering no one else forgot what happened, only he does. And even with his memories, because he sort of has them back, he's just kind of like misconstrued things a little bit, like about how the relationship was. But he was like this at the beginning too, right? Like he loved his brother, and it was tough love, but like he
I don't even know if it's tough love. He just loves beating up his brother.
Yeah, but like he also cared about him too a little bit until like the betrayal part, right? Like that's not, and that was, he was like a disappointed thing. And that's also funny because I said I want to reread the Rakuzaichi. Yeah, and then boom, we got this half chapter that made that even more relevant, because I got to remember the names of characters. I got to remember exactly what happened. Now I got to remember what he said and how he said it, and what kind of contributions he has. Because I remember him being super strong and super talented, but I like that this chapter also like emphasized that he's also like a genius, because with his memory loss, he was able to like Sherlock Holmes, like the predicament he was in. And that was phenomenal. I love that. I love that he pieced together the Rakuzaichi and that he figured out his own identity. That was so cool. I love that.
He's a cool ass character, man. Like we need, I wouldn't say we need more of him, but yeah, I love to have him back though. Yeah, he's enough.
Yeah. He even got that Spider-Man thing where he's just like, Iso. I love that too. That was so good.
I love the fortune teller. The fortune teller's like, hey, like I kind of suck. People don't really care for my fortunes, but let me make this guy happy.
Yeah, and then she immediately got betrayed by her instinct. She's like, it was kind of like Charlie from One Piece, where it's like looking into the future and then regrets it. It's like, this was so painful. Which I also just want to bring back to another thing, because we'll talk about Act Two at large here now. I feel like a lot of the things that you specifically say and want end up coming true to an extent where, like, if you were to write a character and someone were to read it, this fortune teller's reaction to the character is what you'd want. People are like, oh my god, this guy is so dark and evil and terrible. And I feel like that applies in, like, you were the Soga part, right? Like how we kept on saying that's literally just you if you were an anime character. But then we go into Act Two, and I thought that Sai slipped in a chapter into this on the website. I'm like,
Yeah,
no
the
way.
112.5.
No, not that. The 113, the Act Two with the island.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, it was like the literal thing that you wanted, and like not wanted per se, like the whole scope of it, but like we were hell bent on, like, we want this island. We want to know the lore of it. And turns out the lore is pretty close to what you thought. Like, what do you remember about the chapter, and like how did it hit you?
I loved it because it just shows that, like, these islanders, man, they didn't exactly start out with peace talks, you know what I mean? Like they're like this haunting presence in the forest instead. And it's like, yeah, man, like, execute them, get rid of them.
So
Get rid of them.
the way
And apparently this mineral spawned in Japanese territory too. It spawned on an island that we know of.
Yeah. It's so the way it's Japan, and then it's Chiba, the Chiba prefecture, and then Hiroshima, which is where they were mining the Datanseki, the Dataiseki. And then a little bit further from that was where the Shikoku is from, and those islands spawned. And the Shikoku, did we have a name for that part of the island, or that island itself, or is it we just called, like, that's where the Shikoku is?
That's what we just call Shikoku.
Yeah, Shikoku. So, and we find out that the Shikoku have a force field that is around it, but the other island doesn't. And both the Shikoku and Japan are competitively mining this Hiroshima island. And it's interesting because it's like a one-way battle in a sense, because the Shikoku are so advanced that Japan is almost embarrassed because they're not giving out any information. To the masses, it's a nothing burger. There's nothing happening. But the guy who's like, he looks like he's wearing like a skin on his scalp, like because he has hair underneath. I don't know if we got his name. I don't believe we did. But he's like the like black market like type of dude. And he's the one who tells us the extra information and how dangerous it is. He's one of the top sorcerers too. And he's even being made fun of. And that's wild.
It's very wild. Also, I love that we're coming to this flashback. Do you think Mashiro's dead, right? Mashiro's gone, current day.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I think so. We haven't seen him, right? Because
we haven't seen him.
Yeah, he seemed new. So, like, his haircut seemed familiar, but yeah, I don't think we've seen him before. Wait, why you ask?
I'm just wondering. It's just funny coming into flashback sometimes and just seeing like a character and saying, yeah, this guy's probably just dead.
Yeah,
this guy's probably just gone.
And on that note, the character he's with was the character I was looking forward to. It feels like I feel like I got my fever dream.
Everything we want happens in KAGURABACHI. You're like, okay, I hate to bring it to One Piece. And One Piece, it's like, sometimes Oda makes interesting decisions. We just roll with the punches. I feel like for KAGURABACHI, it's almost like a fever dream with like how amazing everything is. It's like, yeah, like this is great, dude. We're living life.
Yo, I cannot believe, like, right off of you getting the Soga thing, and then I'm like, Shiba. Because I always liked that character. I talked about that last time just a little bit because he wasn't even in the forefront. I was just wondering if he was going to be a not formidable, but like an active ally, or is he like so strong that he ends up being like a sacrificial, stepping stone for Chihiro. Turns out my guy moving like Gojo, bro. He's out here with a
The thing is, they
reputation.
always nerf him too. Like
Yeah,
even during the Samura thing, they're like, oh, Shiba's like darting around, and then Soga's like, huh, that's got to be Shiba saving all the civilians. Like, of course he's on civilian duty. He's like Jinbei, like, oh, put up the fire, just go move boxes, Jinbei. Like, oh, but we know he's cracked. That was
yeah,
always Shiba.
yeah. And now we know how cracked because he is currently, I don't know what happened, but he's the Soga clan's guardian. That is, and he's so strong that the sorcerer, who's like so incredibly hyped up in this chapter, was like, all right, if you're who I think you are, I'm sorry. Like, he just puts his hands.
Yeah, this arms dealer sorcerer dude. And it's so cool, dude. Going to the next chapter, I love how like nonchalant he is with Rokuhira.
Yeah.
Because like he's talking about like, hey, like Chika, she's over there with the Soga clan. You want to see her? I'm assuming Chika is Soga's wife.
Yeah, and Chihiro's mom. No, wait, yeah. Soga's wife?
Soga's wife, not Chihiro's mom.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Yeah, got it.
Yeah, because we know that, Rokuhira and Soga are brother-in-laws.
I
think Chika is that connector in the middle.
Gotcha.
So this would be Chihiro's aunt.
Gotcha.
Yeah, we don't see her, but they mentioned Chika a couple times. I'm pretty sure that's just gonna be her. And I want to see because whenever it comes to a character making decisions like Soga did, which I think are fully justified without the context, but I'm pretty sure that Chika's gonna die too.
Yeah, I mean, given the circumstances, that makes sense. But let's think about it with the context. Man, this context was crazy. It's an island shows up out of nowhere, and they are hostile. Like even the black art, the
no explanation either. Not even the whole. I mean, we're assuming they want to protect the stone, or they want the stone for themselves. To them, I bet this is also crazy because they just popped out of the ocean essentially.
In our world,
thing is, at least say that you're here for good intentions or something.
We're just fishing, where are you from? People love to
want to go home. We want to be careful with the stones.
Yeah. Like people love to put what we said into the real world context. But if you put this in the real world context, I
promise you, dude.
If an island showed up next to my state, we're up in arms, bro. Like, what are you talking about? And they're not talking to us. That's crazy.
People are just like, oh, but genocide bad. Yeah, sure. In real life, brother, this is a fantasy world with fantasy stones and sorcerers. And let me tell you, you're right. If a country popped up in the middle of the ocean, do you think America's going to sit back? Do you think, Europe's going to, maybe Europe will. Do you think Russia or China or, the Middle East will sit back and chill? No, literally, I don't think anybody would, man. I'm gonna be so serious. I don't think any country would be just like, oh, let them live. Have fun with it. No, dude. I promise you they're going to be cooking their ass.
We almost fought over Greenland, and you're telling me this. And the other part is,
and we just figured out Greenland existed yesterday.
Yeah, and on top of that, there's these minerals that completely dwarf and eclipse all of human creation.
Changes the game.
Yeah, and so you gotta think this is the equivalent of finding non-radioactive nuclear things. And I hate to bring this to real world, but you know how that sounds in today's.
I'm sorry, guys, but what? 200,000 indigenous people are going to stop any country from invading? No, thank you. Especially when the indigenous people fight first. I'm telling you, any country in the modern world, except for maybe Europe, is going to attack it.
Yeah. And again, let's not forget that they are hostile. The guy, they're keeping secret and keeping silent, but this one of the strongest sorcerers and all of Japan is keeping secret of this place, and they appear to be human, not like any ordinary sorcerers. They were assassins sent by Shokoku, which if you don't know any knowledge, that's scary. You know what I mean?
And
you have a whole population
backing it up. Literally, yes, the guy with the stitches is saying this, but Shiba shows up and he's like, yeah, he got the gist of it. That's pretty much it right there. He's not even denying it. Like, oh, like, and the thing is, people get so hung up. They're like, oh, but the women and children, and they look like us. I don't give a fuck what they look like, brother. They could all be lollies that are 5,000 years old in vampire bodies. I would slaughter them, dude. You think I care? They could be begging for their lives as they're being drained out by malediction, and I'm just gonna dick them down. Like, I do not care, brother.
Okay, we
Get
can't
rid
keep
of them.
saying lol. You can't go from lol and then say dick them down. All right, you were separating the two populations.
Yeah, okay,
I just
separate
wanna
those two stances, cut that in the middle, and then just play
All
it
right.
separately. But
Good,
yeah,
thank
just
you.
I do not care if they die. Like, I do not care about these indigenous people in the woods that are killing us.
It's like I mean, this is a neighborly thing. Like, when we moved to our new house, the first thing my wife did as a good neighbor was she baked cookies, and we went to neighbors' houses. I told her, like, nobody's doing this in 2025, 2026, whatever. And she's doing this. And it's like, yeah, if I'm an island and I show up next to a continent, I'm gonna knock on the door and be like, hey, we mean no harm, you know what I mean? But, like, that's not what's happening right now. They sent assassins. Like, that's different. That'd be like their neighbors turning their kids over to egg our house every day. Like, what's happening? I mean, it's not like that, but when you're dealing with the populace like this, you have citizens, you have people that, like, they could die, and that is what happens later on, right? Like, we know that part happened. So it's like, we don't know what escalated to that point, but this starting point is kind of exactly what me and Simon are saying, where it's like, guys, if an island shows up and they're more militarily advanced, I don't think we're being peaceful like that, especially if they aren't going to be peaceful back. And it turns out they're sending assassins. Yeah, I mean,
I don't think we should be peaceful, man.
There's a difference between, like, being peaceful and just, like, letting yourself.
Too big. Do we really want another country here? Hell,
well, like,
no, dude, get out.
There's a difference between being peaceful and letting yourself being naively open. You know what I mean? And the reality is, to me, this is naivety right here. In the panel behind me, where the guy is saying that the government has released no information since then. That's because they don't know anything. And then they say that it's physically impossible to go to. I'm sorry, guys.
Yeah, I forgot about the magic aspect. By the way, we tried to go there, and we literally can't effing make it, dude.
You're telling me we can make it to the moon, we can't make it to the island? Yeah. I'm sorry. That's scary. I hate to be scared of new things.
Do you just kill things that make you scared? Yes.
This is one where it's like, I'm not gonna shoot first, but I'm gonna be ready to shoot. I'm gonna be so ready to shoot. And the thing is, like, from the story that we got, is that's the perspective of the Kawanabi. They were ready to shoot. They let atrocities happen, which Sai's on the boat of, no, that would never happen. That's where Soga's at right now. This is why they're similar, right? But, like, the point is, a normal response is to, like, be prepared. But you're telling me that they were, like, kind of just chilling. They weren't. And we kind of get that from the next chapter in 1114, or chapter 114. I keep saying 11 because of One Piece. We're in chapter 1100s. But we kind of get that the scientists are at a standstill. They can't, like, really figure it out. And Shihiro's dad, oh my God, he picks up this rock, looks at it, and he already mogs all of their scientific everything. And I think this is another one. This is how you know Hokuzono. Wait, Hokuzono, right? No, not Hokuzono.
Yeah.
Hokuzono. Okay. He really knows how to make like protagonists, because he did this with Chihiro's, like, the edgy. He looks like a modern day anime protagonist. Then Samura was hitting every note of, like, oh my God, carry me, daddy. Now we got Shiba, but we got Rokuhira, bro. He's out here doing the, I'll do anything for food. Like, he's out here living like Goku with no wife, like, straight up just a complete barbarian. He's like, rocks, give me rocks. I hit rocks. Food, money, give it to me. I'll do anything for that. I love the character that we got.
He reminds me of Demon Slayer, actually. He feels like the gags that Rokuhira has. Mm-hmm. It kind of reminds me of Tanjiro. especially the way like they draw his eyes and like some of his expressions. Like it felt
Yeah,
like a Demon Slayer character, not in a
you're
bad way either.
right. Yeah, no, it feels like
Yeah,
a mix between the blacksmiths or the swordsmiths and the Tanjiro and you know few of the other characters too. That's a good point. I feel like that's why it's lovable. Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying. He's pulling. You know where he's pulling this character from, and it makes sense to do that with um oh god, the pillars. The pillars. What were the blacksmith
Hashira.
names? Did they have names in the thing? The
I don't
blacksmiths?
remember their names. I hated the
Yeah.
blacksmith.
I mean, they were a little silly, goofy, but when we got the arc, I liked the arc.
Really,
But yeah,
that's
he's.
actually the lowest rated arc in Demon Slayer.
I mean, I don't give a shit what people rate it as.
Yeah,
Didn't people do
fair.
that? Vinland
I
Saga
think
too.
no.
Oh,
Oh,
farm.
the farming arc.
Yeah,
Yeah, for the anime, yeah.
I
Like
like
not
that
like
arc.
low
So
rate. No, it's high rated, but it's low compared to season 1.
yeah, yeah.
It's
I
still
mean,
in
that
nines
makes
though.
sense. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
That
it's
was
still
one of my favorites.
nines.
I actually rewatched that season, the farming.
Yeah, I don't think people mind the blacksmithing thing. I think it's mainly just like the demons that we were introduced to were very
Yeah, yeah. That makes sense.
underwhelming.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, yeah. Now getting this like, I think was it Mashiro, right? That's his name.
Yeah, Mashiro.
Mashiro. I think he had the right word or right phrase here. He goes, well, if he grew up with you, Shiba, he's probably some kind of freak. And Shiba goes, what's that supposed to mean? And that's such a good way to assess people. I feel like just like if someone's introducing you to someone and you know that person really well, it's like, okay, if this is your best friend and you grew up with them, I kind of already know who this person, what kind of character this is gonna be like. And he wasn't wrong. He wasn't wrong. He found him almost
Not
dead.
wrong.
Yeah, he was spot on, perfect almost. Um, and I love this like relationship too because Shiba's in the core of like everything. He's at the top of the verse. Everybody knows him. He's Gojo. He's out here. And he comes over to recruit his homie. He's one of his day ones. Yeah, he's a crackhead. Yeah, he doesn't know how to feed himself. But my guy knows his stuff. And
He does. Impressive, dude.
yeah, yeah, it's crazy because the way they were talking about it beforehand in chapter 113 about like how sensitive this stuff is. Oh, this is so important, and then just to see you just chuck it at the ground. I love that. That was so funny.
Yeah, he just throws it down and he's like, "Whoa, watch out. It's going to explode." And he's like,
Yeah,
interesting. Like it's clinging to my spiritual energy." And then what did Mashiro say? Like it feels like just a hype man, but he's like, "Oh my god, the scientists, it took them a while to figure out that it explodes at spiritual contact. And you're
yeah.
telling me that this man figured it out? Who is this guy?" It's like, okay, it's just like author glaze,
Yeah,
essentially.
yeah. That's why I liked his positioning there. He goes, unbelievable. The first time they exposed it to spirit energy, there was an explosion. After that, scientists further experimented with its explosive qualities, and their investigations led them to basically the exact same conclusion, which was what Rogier said about if I channeled spirit energy into it, it would resonate with those particles and explode. I bet it'd blow away a human being easy. So you're telling me the
Yeah.
group of the top scientists figured out small rock, big explosion, we die. That's it. And then we get this level of glaze. So and then Shiba goes there, yep, that's my homie. Like I love that. I love when this kind of thing happens too, where it's like the day ones get or get introduced like this. Obviously we know Rokuhira, but
I
you
wonder where they
know,
grew up. Do you think that's like like, of course, it's one of those things like, oh, okay, if a samurai said, if the strongest samurai in the world is saying, "Oh, I knew this guy from my childhood. I'm still friends with them." Yeah, it's probably gonna be another strong samurai. But
yeah.
do you think that there's also a chance that like they grew up in a really odd area?
Oh yeah. I feel like it's like I don't know, I can't think of an example off the top of my
Like the
head.
slums?
Yeah, yeah, it's like Cody Jones and them. All those became the officers.
The fucking Fishman district?
I mean, you see the way Rogier is living, bro. He doesn't look like he know anything about proper life, right? But that
He looks
seems like
autistic. No, no, not in a bad way. Just I feel like nowadays, you call somebody autistic back in like 2005, it might be an insult. It probably
uh,
was. funny
People
one
call
at
me
that.
that. Yeah.
But I still call Par autistic. And the thing is that nowadays I feel like, we've really taken back the word, guys. It's now like a superpower. You know what I mean?
I don't know if that's what taking back the word means, but yeah.
Like now when you say somebody's autistic, you're like, wow, dude. It's like their cock just grows like an inch longer in your mind.
Yeah, it's being there's a conflation between being a billionaire and being autistic also. So there's also that as well. and there's
like
other
sometimes people like hear my what is it, like my MTBI thing, and it's like, oh my god, he's got the same one as Hitler, and it's like, yeah, maybe, dude.
Oh my god. I mean, yeah, I feel like even a teacher told me I was autistic when I was growing up, and I just was like, cool. I mean, back then it was a different word. It was called slow, but that's not accurate to what it is, because ROKUHIRA here is not he's pretty quick. He's quicker than most with it. If anything, he doesn't have the guardrails. I wanted the Rock to explode to see, because like that would have been the cherry on top if he was like, yeah, if I channeled energy into it, it would explode and probably blow away a human being, and then proceeds to explode it and be like, yep, exactly that. Do you have more of these rocks? Yeah, that would have been the cherry on top. But
like, it just blows up in his hand and he tanks it.
Yeah, he tanks it and he goes, you have more of these rocks? And then he's like, yeah, my bad. Like, it's not like he can make a sword out of this part.
Okay, to be fair though, I kind of don't want him to do that because it's so expensive. I'd be like, okay, wait a minute, this is like 200K or 200 million, right?
Yeah, something like that. But like that's
can we not like blow it up?
That's why I'm not writing the series. That's why.
And then plus, like, I'd be kind of mad. Like, hey man, I brought this to you and now you just got rid of it, man. Like, come on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but what is he supposed to do with that anyways? He's a swordsmith. He's gonna make a sword with. Did he say something like that? He's like, this thing. Oh, it says it heats up really well. Like this guy, like you said,
up well. If you apply heat slowly.
Yeah, the sword autism in him came out. He's just like, I can hit rock turn sword. Like the cogwheels are turning there.
Do you think we're gonna see Chihiro's mom in this flashback? Like, because right now he's definitely wifeless, right?
Yeah, I think we're gonna see. So I was a little interested because when you said Chiaki's the aunt, I thought that the Chiaki was gonna be Chihiro's mom. Because
could be. Only reason I don't say Chihiro's mom is Chika is because she's with the Soga clan right now.
But isn't she Soga clan? Because like,
not necessarily.
Okay.
We don't know. Yeah, because Chihiro's mom could be with the Soga clan. We don't know for sure how intertwined they are. Because if so, then that's saying that two of the family members got into it with the Sogas. Or we have like a lot of connections to the Soga clan. So we know for sure that Soga is Chihiro's uncle.
Yes.
But that doesn't necessarily mean that like Chika has to be the mom. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
I guess I see.
It could not.
Yeah. I mean, because I looked at it like, his sister is the princess here. Princess Soga's prophecy. And then he said Chiaki. And I just look at Chihiro and then Chiaki. And I'm like, okay. That's probably the name. It could
simply be his sister, because we know that because we have that sister spot we do need to fill in and give to Soga.
Mm-hmm.
And I just feel like that could be Chika. And then Chihiro's mom could just be like a random woman. Maybe another swordsmith.
Wouldn't it have to be his sister? Like, Soga's sister is Chihiro's mom.
Soga's sister is Chihiro's mom?
Yeah, because he's the uncle.
Oh, I guess it could go that way too. Yeah, never mind. I was thinking that Soga married into Chihiro's family. I guess it could just be the other way around.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah. I guess it could go either way.
Gotcha. Yeah,
the possibility still exists. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I would like more characters. Sure I would like more characters.
I don't mind more characters either.
I was thinking that, the Princess Soga and the Chiaki thing. That's why I was confused at the beginning, but I was waiting for here. But it's also funny because he goes, it's your chance to make a name for yourself. What for? You want to see Chiaki, right? Don't you? Whatever. I'll buy you lunch. So like the Chiaki part, like he has a focus on her. Like he clearly like, she cares about her. But when it comes to raising her up, he's like, no, I don't give a shit about that. I just want food. Like, that's so real. That was me when I was a kid. I was just like, what do you mean girls? I'm trying to
This is going to
eat.
be a minor spoiler for show.
Uh
I mean, no, nobody cares. It's like 10 years now.
huh.
I do think that whoever his wife is,
Uh
Chihiro's mom,
huh.
it's going to be another swordsmith. I think we're going to learn that love was used to make the swords too. It's going to be like
Huh?
very gimmicky. And it goes back to
Whoa.
Shokugeki no Soma, where we find out that, Soma's dad, Juichiro, he's like the #1 cook in the world.
Yeah.
And then we see the wife, and she's also a cook, but she's fucking awful. But she loves cooking, though, so that's all that really
Uh-huh.
matters.
Uh-huh.
And then Juichiro's like, oh, the only reason I cook so great is because your mom was so bad, or just something like that. Like, it's just a
Uh-huh.
woman I love. I
Yeah.
think he's gonna get love. I think
Yeah, but
this can be a trope.
her dishes were really powerful for Soma, right? Because he would make those dishes for punishment, or like I'm gonna make this ugly octopus noodle soup thing, and that was his
Yeah, and it
mom's.
tastes horrible. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's his
yeah, yeah.
mom's.
But that was a
But
plot
his
thing.
mom,
So
it never tasted good with his mom either. To be fair.
yeah, yeah. But he would use that to torture. Was it Erina? Was that the girl's
He
name?
tortures everybody with it. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
everybody's
When
had a
he
taste of
wins,
his disgusting ass food.
his
Love that
mom's
show.
his mom's hands. That's an interesting route. Oh, I see now. That would be an interesting route for Chihiro to be. I like Sword's Master because like then it will explain why Chihiro is just so cracked at the sword. Because this is like I hate the not I hate, but the hereditary thing is BS, and I know that happens all the time. But we gotta look as call a spade, and Chihiro's development. Like even
Okay,
Sama
how
was
about
like,
this?
"Hey, he's moving quickly, bro."
We could go with your idea that Chiaki is just the Soga clan member that, Rokuhira falls in love with too. And
Hmm.
maybe Chiro gets his amazing sword abilities from the Soga clan, the
Yeah.
Soga side of him.
Yeah, I like that. And he does, and Rocky Hero just doesn't give a shit. He's just like, food, of course I'll go. In that case, and then like, I love that face that he drew. I forgot the character's name, but when you said the Demon Slayer thing, this is the Demon Slayer eyes
It's
right here.
Tanjiro, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks just like Tanjiro.
Drool. But who's the board? What's his name? Ah,
Inosuke.
Inosuke. Inosuke gets like this too. Um, yeah. He's a barbarian. Nah, this guy's gonna be a revolutionary. I love that, and I like friendships like this where he just believes in him. He's like, yeah, look past the bum, like the living style. This guy's the future, and like
Yeah.
he's just
Believes in his
hiding away.
talent.
Yeah, Roki here's just hiding away. Do you think that there's a circumstance behind that? Like, why do you think that he hasn't made a name for himself,
I don't
despite
think he
being so
cares to.
talented? He just
It's
doesn't
kind of like what he
care.
says. He just cares about making sword and learning, or making swords and
Yeah,
learning about a bunch of stuff.
which
I think he just
brings
doesn't care
us.
about making a name, which is,
Yeah,
I think, pretty good. Humble.
I like that. Um, which brings us to
That's
the
how you know he's doing it for the love of the game.
yeah. As opposed to question mark this guy at the end, the sushi chef, Subaru
Sushi
Urita,
man.
who is a sword master also. And we saw the back of him, right? In that 5 sword master versus Soga thing, right? We saw the one guy with the right?
Yeah, and we saw him earlier too. I forgot where, like when they were talking about just the
Sword
sword masters
masters.
in general,
And they
the sword
showed a few of
bearers, I
them.
should say.
Yeah.
I gotta stop calling them sword masters. It's sword bearers. Sword masters only Soga.
Uh
Yeah.
Wait, but isn't it called the Sword Bearer Assassination Arc? Sword Master, Sword Bearer. Gotcha, I got it
Yeah.
confused.
Sword
Got
bearers
it.
is like all the 6 people or 7 people, I should say.
And Soga's a Sword Master.
Yeah.
Dude, the Soga clan's so cracked. Like, it's so cracked that, like, do you think that there's more Soga? Like,
Yes.
besides the
Oh,
princess?
I don't know. That's
Besides the
tough.
princess.
Like, I think we talked about it, right? We were like, okay, are there more Soga like clansmen out there? And I could see a route where the author's like, hey, they all died to the Shokoku, and part of it was not just like, oh, Soga lost his lover, but he lost his whole family, and that
Yeah.
fueled the genocide, and that helped him prove that, like, yeah, these guys are no good. Or it could be like we cut back to reality, and maybe a couple of these guys are still around, like a couple of the Soga clansmen, and they're like future opponents. Like I could see both being very plausible here. I wouldn't mind either one.
Yeah, it's also interesting because Yura has the eyes, right? So
Yeah.
like he could be somewhat connected beyond. Yeah, just there's just a lot there with the Soga clan. I feel like in Act Two, um, we're probably starting off. We're gonna learn a lot about the Soga clan, right? Because the princess is one
I
angle,
think we are.
Shiba's the guardian clan. Like this is the crux of it. This is the
We're probably gonna
foundation.
learn about their despair. I'm telling you, dude. A lot of these guys in the flashback, they're probably gonna die in the war.
Do you think that the treatment that Soga got um, had to do with like politics with the Kaminabi? Because like this kind of feels like JJK a little bit, where was it the Zenin clan had like the inheritors, and like because of the politics surrounding like the people with no jutsu or whatever, or no energy, um, cursed energy, they had the politics
They're
around
discriminated
there.
against.
Yeah, exactly. Do you feel like that might come into play with the Kaminabi? And like, I just to this day, the way they were like, yeah, we didn't interrogate him, we didn't have like Rokuhira, we just had to lock him up immediately. Like, I get the urgency of that, but I'm also like, I feel like that had to be like family politics now. Like the Soga
I
clan
could
was
see
on
it.
top. Yeah,
Yeah. It was like
kind of
their
like
way to
with
take
Gojo.
control.
Yeah,
Yeah.
also with
I could
Gojo too.
definitely see
Like,
that being the case.
do you think that one of the Soga, do we have the Kaminabi, like all the leaders' names? Do we have them?
No, we still don't have all their names yet.
So what's the possibility that Soga's at the one of the leaderships?
I don't think so.
Yeah, feels interesting.
I feel like if there was a Soga clansman amongst the leadership of the Kaminambi, they'd probably vouch for Soga. Which I should probably start calling by his like first name now that we have like the Soga clan being a thing.
Yeah, that's
What's
true.
his first name?
Um,
It starts with an A. Akimura?
Akemura, Soga.
Akemura, yeah, Akemura. Yeah,
Honestly,
because now that we have like all these Sogas, it's like, all right, we can't just call him Soga now.
yeah, but I want to call him Soga just because he is the Soga. Until we find out that
It's like
he's not.
calling him Itachi, or it's like calling him Uchiha, and then we have like Sasuke versus Itachi going on. It's like, wait a minute, which Uchiha
Yeah.
are we talking about here?
To be fair, I would call Itachi Uchiha after he killed all the Uchiha and then mogged Sasuke for his entire life, right? I feel like if there was one of them I'd call Uchiha, it'd be Itachi. Same thing I would do to Soga, but I feel like we're gonna find out that at this point he's probably not the strongest. But that's where it feels very Uchiha coded now that you brought it up, that the Soga clan's like the Uchiha. And that's where I'm kind of interested in how the Kaminabi and the Soga clan like mix, because that's where we're gonna get the Hidden Leaf and the Uchiha clan. The Hidden Leaf had their sovereignty, but it was off of the security given by the Uchiha, not just domestically, but also abroad. Everybody was afraid of the Uchiha clan. And so like that's where it's interesting, because with Soga or Akimura, we have him, and they clearly used him. He was the number one guy. They didn't have to give him the sword, but they needed his power. And it seems like he could have just soloed. Like, and when we're thinking about it, it feels like maybe if he didn't have any like people with him, he could have just done that AoE nonsense and just completely cleared. He could have just stood outside the force field and just passively cleared everybody. Like, could imagine
the reason
that.
why he didn't is because initially, I do not think Soga wanted to kill everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he probably wanted to like actually save the women and children, but something changed after the peace treaty was signed that made him say, okay, no, we're getting rid of everybody.
Yeah.
Which it could be, if I had to guess, I'd say the peace treaty gets signed, and then some Shokoku members probably didn't like the fact that they lost the war and had to sign that peace treaty. So it ended up where, like, you know, we see it before, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they get revenge by going around and killing the Soga clan, or maybe they kill his family for revenge for the war. And then Soga's like, all right, fine, all hell's loose. You killed my family. I'm killing everybody that's even related to your island. I could see something like that happening.
I could even see it further back than that, where the peace treaty in and of itself was probably imbalanced, but it was off of the because like right now it's so imbalanced. The Japan can't even make it there, right? So when you're dealing with like a power disparity like that, the peace treaty is going to have a disparity as well. It's like, okay, so you guys get 80% of it, we won't mess with you, don't mess with us, we'll get 20%. And I'm not saying that Soga's or Akimura is the type of character to kill 200,000 people off of that. But I'm saying that like it's probably that there was some kind of disagreement that could be there, and the other side had no willing to bend. I could see, because that's a threat. You know what I mean? And that when we're looking at him, he seems so pragmatic. Like I don't think like the vengeful emotion stuff gets too much.
I think it's part of it, but it's not all of it for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Because the way we could even see a thing where like the peace treaty is a facade. Like what if Akimura like finds out later that, oh, they signed the peace treaty, and he hangs out and he hears a conversation where they're like, yeah, so when Japan lets its guard down, we're gonna fucking take it back. You know what I mean? Like it could easily be one of those situations where like there's an actual coup going on, and Akimura's like, okay, like they're gonna kill us with this peace treaty, we're gonna let our guard down, so I'm just gonna get rid of the threat right away. Like it could easily be something like that.
Yeah. And we also have to accept that, or not accept, we have to imagine that Akimura is not. Wait, is it Soga? Is the wiki writing it backwards? Shouldn't it be Soga Akimura? The wiki's writing it backwards. I
have no idea.
Because Akimura is his first name. Soga Clan is the last name. Yeah. So the One Piece wiki, I would suggest, or not One Piece wiki, the Kagurabachi wiki, I would suggest flipping the name. I feel like that would make sense. Which they do for. They have Urita. Oh, I guess they just flipped it. Okay.
Huh. Yeah.
Okay. So Akimura.
Also, I'm excited because I think next chapter, if we see the Soga clan, I promise you, I think everybody sees it, but we're gonna see a very different version of the Sword Master. I promise you, he's gonna be so cheery and chilling. Like we're gonna see the final villain actually just hanging out at home having fun.
Yeah, and I feel like on top of that too, the strength that he has right now cannot be the strength that he starts off with. And if that's the case, then it's kind of like, if you were to go into a fight having the strength that he has at the start, yeah, you would want to show restraint by like, I'm not going to kill all of you, but this is my strength, right? But if he was broken to that level, right? Like if he was beaten and battered and losses were accumulated and now he's that strong, then it makes more sense that he just continues, right? He has that strength only because they pushed him there. But I doubt he has the strength that we saw against Chihiro on day one. That makes no sense, right? Like even in the terms of just swordsmanship, obviously he doesn't have the rocks, right? But once he gets the rocks, there's no way he starts off with this AoE nonsense. Okay, that would be insane. That'd be insane.
And the thing is too is that like he's gonna have. I mean, there is literally a quote training arc right in front of them with the war. So yeah, like he could just get strong there. It's very easy to just say that.
Yeah, and we saw the trials too, the Sword Master trials or whatever they were called, where the brothers were competing and the one brother got in and the other brother didn't. So like there's also that. How long do you think we're going to be in this like flashback? A Kagurabachi 0, if you will.
I think 30 chapters.
30 chapters. And then we cut back to Chihiro? Or do you think that the 30 chapters...
I think 20 chapters is better. 20, 25.
And do you think that...
just sounds long.
It's going to contain the war? Or are we going to skip stuff? Are we going to get bullet points?
The war. I think we're going to get a majority of it.
Okay.
I think we're going to see more than not.
Okay, if we're getting the war, then I want 30 chapters. I want to see the Swordmasters fight. You know what I'm saying? Like the way we got the invasion of the Kaminabi headquarters and we saw the various fights happening. I want to see the stuff happen. And the thing is, the author can go all out because a lot of these people are dead or like not relevant.
Yeah.
So
dead, not relevant. And if he does like cut away, I could see it being like a thing where it's simply a teaser for upcoming stuff. Like let's say, well, I don't know. I mean, it looks like we're gonna get a Subaru focus anyways. I was about to say maybe we don't see everything he can do, so that it waits for like upcoming stuff. But I think we'll see everything actually.
Yeah,
I think we'll simply see everything.
I can see that. I think the way we're going with the setup it feels like that. One thing I'm always, those dragon people, like I want to see where they come in. That was such a random thing in that auction. I'm always like hinging on them, like, where are we gonna get the dragon people? But
Yeah,
I
or like
do.
more special people. Like we'll learn. Like what if the Shokoku is the reason why? Like continuous exposure to them would eventually transform more Japanese citizens into the dragon people, or give them like supernatural cancer. Like what if that's a thing too? Where
Yeah.
you come to find out, like, yeah, like, you know, by being around the Shokoku, if we integrate with them, we're all gonna just eventually die. That could be another route,
Mm.
right?
We
Where
do
it's like,
have
yeah, like
to.
we're not supposed to blend in together, and then I'm just doing us a favor because this is gonna be a problem later on.
Yeah, we technically do have those protocols with space, um man, not incubation. What's it called in a pandemic when you hazard off people? Oh my god, I can't think of words right now.
Quarantine.
Quarantine, there we go. Yeah. Yeah, we've been recording for like 6 hours now, so the words are escaping me. Um the Yeah, the quarantining, like when they come back from space, you quarantine off their like, their suits and the rocks, because I think the moon dust is like very abrasive or something like that too. And then you never know, like what if we just bring in like an alien substance and we didn't know? So like you have to do that. And I feel like on the reverse side, you kind of like, you can't just bring like someone from like one of those indigenous groups on an island. You can't just bring them into New York City and then just they would pass away immediately because of all of the diseases we have, so like, and that we are vaccinated against or we built immunity against. So like both ways, like it would work, and it would be natural to think that that's something to think about. If there's a population of people, you have to do that for college. You guys have, if you go dorming, you have to get like what's it called, the meningitis and stuff like that. You guys have to get a bunch. Well, not you guys, I did too. So um that happens all the time when you live in groups like that. That's the case. And like you said, that's another way where, like, imagine that the race has like a way to take over. It's like, yes, if we acclimate with them, then like after, or assimilate with them, then within 2 generations, we will have taken over and our overlord will have full control, something like that, Like
Is it like the great replacement theory? It's like that.
well, okay, well,
Except it's like more dangerous, where it's like actual like space supernatural cancer.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
curable, like yeah, like that's gonna be crazy, man.
yeah. I
Like
feel like
I'm telling you guys, we're gonna leave this flashback believing that Soga was correct.
okay, I don't know. See, that's where I'm a little interested. I feel like yes, you
It's
are
not gonna be
right.
black and white. I think there will be
Mhm.
debates, but I think a lot of people will see Soga's point of view though.
I was gonna say more than that. Like, I think that ultimately, I think the author is gonna throw in, Okazuna is gonna throw in something that makes Soga rethink what he did. It's just not now. So like, yes, we're gonna leave the flashback, and it's gonna feel like, yes, Soga's justified, and Chihiro needs to learn about this, because that's the other part. This is literally the law backstory meme thing, where it's like, how do we know this is real? Who's telling this story? Does Chihiro, is he learning about this? No, I don't think that Chihiro's learning about this, is he? If we come back to it and Chihiro's learning about this, then that's different. That changes things for me. But I feel like right now the onus isn't on Soga. Soga is cemented in his spot. He knows the history. Chihiro doesn't. And the world doesn't. They need to learn the history. And the part that I immediately disagreed with, but I didn't mean it like that, was that I feel like that Soga also might not know everything also. I don't think that would change what he did, but it might rethink how he would have done his thing had he known. That wouldn't change, essentially, like, if you were to put him in trial, you can't put him on trial for things that he didn't know. Japan didn't help him. Like, they are literally not investigating this in any means. Like, I'm sitting there thinking, like, bro, they didn't have satellite pictures? Japan has satellites. Like, why aren't they taking pictures of this island? That's the first thing you do. You send
Yeah.
drones. Like, do they not have any of that? And if they don't, then okay, fine. But I feel like they do if they have scientists like this, right? To this capacity. Like, they were cloning people, no? Like, weren't they doing like genetic modifications or whatever on people and like putting the Daten in people? Like, I'm pretty sure, and they have sorcery. Takes magic pictures. They have a magic
Take
spell.
magic pictures.
They have a magic spell that can erase the entire Japan population's memory of a single girl. You can't tell me they can't take a picture from the sky. We have Owl. What about Samura? What about his owl, bro? Like, where's
Well, he doesn't
this?
have owl yet, but
Yeah, true. Maybe once they get. That's what's also weird because Soga or Akimura doesn't have owl, like even to the extent we don't know what kind of like prowesses he has besides the ones we saw, but I imagine Samura's like insight on the island because he'd be able to see with the owl. That probably is why he developed it. Because if they can't get there, how can they see that place? And it's probably owl. It's probably that's why he developed it, and essentially their intel gathering prior. Because there's no way they go in blind, and they have to figure out how to predict the force field too. Yeah,
I still think that there's like they try to talk to them initially too.
How?
I don't think Japan comes out like swinging.
Do you think they're like on a boat and they're like, please talk to us? Like, how does this work? Because apparently for months they've been trying to enter with no avail. What do you think that looks like, the conversations?
I think there's going to be like one or two good people from the island that also want a conversation to some extent. And like not war. But I don't know. I mean, they're kind of slaughtering us for a little bit.
Do you think there's going to be a romance angle? Like one of the assassins on the Hiroshima is like a girl, and like one of the sword masters go there and it's a guy, and one thing happens, another thing happens. He thinks there's gonna be romance,
like star-crossed lovers. Yeah, I think so.
Some Romeo Juliet. Yeah, I feel like it's prime for that. Meet on Hiroshima Island. Honestly, we're probably gonna get.
That sounds like a real thing off rip,
Yeah, like Yura. We did talk about Yura being like from that other island. It could be that Yura's some Soga clan members. Like combination with one of the assassins. Like, who could possibly beat one of these people? A Soga clan member. So then Yura being a bastard child. I don't think so,
because Yura looks like he's kind of old, actually.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Because Yura he was married by the time the war ended.
That's true.
Like the war ended, and he talked about like, me and my wife, we thought that there'd be a lot of peaceful times after the war. But that wasn't the case, which I'm still looking forward to that flashback, because it's like, dude, they literally left you on the, hey, happy wife cliffhanger. Yeah, everything went to shit. So now I'm a bad guy. Or now I just want to like bring Soga out here. It's like, interesting. It's gonna be a tearjerker. I feel like there's gonna be a lot of tear-jerking moments in this arc.
I never knew Yura's eyes are yellow. Huh. Oh,
is it like official?
Yeah, on the wiki. It says his eye color is yellow. There's a colored. I guess it's a cover on him.
Oh, I see it. Yeah, it's a volume cover. Volume cover. I think it's 10.
Wait, is that recent then?
Yeah, volume 10 recent. That was it's the. Oh wow, that's an amazing volume cover. Fucking hell. Look at volume cover 10 for KAGURABACHI. It's Hokuto, Uruha, Natsuki, and Yura. And they're fighting, but the way the author like frames the ball in the shot, it looks like corpse wall. It looks like a wall of corpses.
Oh wow!
Yeah, that's a beautiful cover. Fuck, dude. Hokuzono's I do glaze him, but I think he is probably the best new gen author.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, okay, well. He's the best author in Shonen Jump, I guess is a better way to put it.
Oh, yeah.
I still have Fujimoto up there. I love Fujimoto.
Yeah,
this from Chainsaw Man and all the other series he does.
This is beautiful.
But Hokuzono, man, right behind him in terms of just like it's like simple writing, but also like he does really great with his artwork and fights and story. Like KAGURABACHI's amazing, man.
Yeah, it's so good. Every single time I feel like I'm glazing, but like it doesn't get the love. Like I hopped
it scratches an itch.
It does. I hopped in on the Morg stream, not like I was in the chat, and his chat was getting him in KAGURABACHI, and I was like, bro, it's worth it. And he I think he read to chapter 20, and he said, when does it get good? And so like I think that's right before the auction. The auction starts picking up 21, 22, 23, I think. but like, and I get the gist of why he's like, if you read a bunch of things, it's like you start getting like desensitized to and stuff. But he was saying at the beginning, his art is not, it seems like generic, but even more just like, yeah, I haven't read it, but I've seen all of the art that he's, or not all of it, but a lot of like the action stuff. And he's like, yeah, it seems like with action, Hokuzono is like a genius with it. And I was like, yeah, like it's straight
His
up.
choreography is good.
It's so good. It's so
And the pacing
beautiful.
isn't bad either. Like we don't lose a lot by focusing on these fights and stuff. And you
Yeah,
know when the
yeah.
anime gets here, it's gonna cook. And it's funny because it is true, but Brago, he's also caught up to Kagurabachi,
Ooh,
and he says that when it comes to One Piece and Clash Piece, he says he doesn't care anymore because he doesn't look at One Piece for fights. He says when he wants a good fight, he goes to Kagurabachi, and it's like
that's
it
it.
is true. Like if you want a good fight and swordsman and like power scaling, you go to Kagurabachi. Like that is it. Also, yeah, I've been getting the name wrong. It's Chiaki the entire time. I kept on
Jackie.
saying Chica, like the fucking Five Nights at Freddy's bird,
I,
but it's
I was
Chiaki.
thinking the Love Is War girl, Chica. But
Oh, that Chica.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
that's a crazy pull. That's a good show.
yeah. I love that show.
They did it really dirty by cutting out 100 chapters, but it
Oh,
is
the
what it
movie
is.
thing or whatever.
Yeah, the movie like fast forwards like really far so that the anime
Um,
won't. It essentially skipped 100 chapters, and then
gotcha.
we're getting like a final movie and season, and it's like okay, cool, but like, what about everything else we missed?
Wait, should I read Love Is War? Because I was watching it. I really loved watching it. But
Yes, because now we're just gonna get. I think they said we're just getting a movie to wrap everything up, and the movie is gonna be anime only, and it shows their life after everything's done. So at this point, what you want to do is you do want to read like the last 150 chapters of the manga to know what's actually happening,
okay,
and then the movie's coming out this year,
gotcha,
and it's like an
gotcha.
author exclusive movie showing their life as adults, and it's like that's perfect. That's all we need.
Well, well, yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
this is the peripheral vision. So, I mean, I didn't do the intro, but this is the place where if I were to talk about other things, we'd be talking about things like that. Love is War. Kagurabachi is the one series, though. I've said
Fucking
it. It's
fire.
like, it's Brago, if you guys don't know, BDA Law, huge One Piece creator. That's huge for him to say that. I think a lot of people kind of, One Piece is being a basket where you get all of your eggs in one place. And it's kind of, it's, I feel like as we get to the end of the series, like it's going to be, as far as the manga goes, Luffy's fights are going to be the choreographed ones. We're going to get some Zoro specific ones. But you look at Zoro King and you're like, yeah, I don't need to see that in the manga. I said that straight off of my reaction. I was like, guys, I'm gonna wait for the anime because I don't know what's going on in the manga, and you guys can call me stupid for not being able to follow it. But hey, that aged really well because the Zoro versus the King fight in the anime is still to this day one of the best ones. And that being said, like Kagurabachi, you don't need to say that. If you're coming for fights, if you want fights, Kagurabachi is the place. I think that's fair for you to like suggest that to your friends. Like if they're like, "Whoa, why should I start Kagurabachi?" Like, do you miss like amazing choreography and drawn
Yeah, do you
like
miss actual
swords?
sword feats and stuff like that and fights? Yeah. Then go to
Yes,
Kagurabachi. Like it's
no
like I said,
painted
I mean
blades.
I agree. Like when I think of One Piece fights, I don't think of One Piece fights anymore. It really is just like clashes for the most part. Or if there is a
Yeah,
fight, it's gonna be like a montage, one page, and we're done.
yeah. There's so much
Like the
fodder
King Harold
too.
thing, right? Just like like small panels and then you're done.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
I don't
that's really
think.
all it is. And
I
it's not
think the
like bad,
yeah.
take it in stride, but it's just like, yeah, if you want like a good fight, there's series for it.
Yeah, I'll say a slight prediction. I haven't even said on my thing on my channel, on main channel about One Piece is that I think that at the very end of One Piece, Oda will be super locked in on the choreography. But that's contingent on a theory idea that I have that like he's ignoring a lot of that part until he gets to the part that he wants to be at. Like, not saying that he doesn't care about these fights, but these aren't the fights that he
Yeah,
dreamt
he's speeding
of.
up for the plot.
Yeah, and so the plot's going to be the main thing, but then we're going to get to a certain point, and then that's when Oda. I wouldn't even be surprised because Oda does do this. He talks to all their mangakas. I wouldn't be surprised if he starts hearing about Hokozona and how his choreography is, and he taps him in a little bit. He's just like, "Hey, Come to the studio real
I
quick.
would love it. What they gotta do, Oda's gotta talk to Hokuzono about like the Mihawk fight. Like, hey, how would you do the Mihawk fight? Because I mean, like,
dude.
like you can't. That's one of those fights that you can't like undersell.
Call in experts. Call in experts.
Yeah, call an expert. Get Hokuzono there. Like, hey, I haven't done any swordsman things in a while in One Piece. People don't even know who swordsmen are in the series anymore. You pick up a sword, are you a swordsman? I don't know.
Pick up a
how do I do this?
Pick up anything with a blade, anything that's a weapon. It gets listed supreme graded. But you know, and for people who like, why would Oda do that? Oda has done that in the past, but also like the most recent one that I remember is he brought on the Detective Conan author Aoyama and had an interview with him, talked with him, and it was before Film Red and going into Egghead. And Egghead was the like mystery arc where we were like, who done it? And it felt good until it didn't feel that great because it didn't matter. But
there's apparently official artwork where it's Chihiro doing the Zoro pose with the sword in the mouth. Yeah, really? I just typed in Hokuzono and Oda to see if like anything popped up, and yeah, there's a apparently official artwork of Chihiro putting the sword in his mouth.
Where? What, you typed in Hokuzono Oda?
Yeah, here. Let me see if I can send you the image. Here, I'm sending it to you on Discord, so you could like.
Okay, sounds good. Sounds good.
Make sure to hide the fat Jinbei picture I send you.
Oh yeah. Good reminder on that one.
Yeah, hide the fat Jinbei picture. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, there it is. Let me see if I can zoom in. There you go. There it is.
Apparently that was dope. In Weekly Shonen Jump.
Wow, I need to get that as a wallpaper. That's sick.
Yeah, that is nice.
Yeah, that look really sick as a background. Wow. But yeah, I mean, I'm not sure how frequent these calls will be, but like me and Sai, we talk a lot. Like I said, this is like the 6th hour we're talking today, or 6 hours of us recording. I don't know why I said it the weird way the first time, but yeah, Kagurabachi. It's hitting some notes that me and Sai have been talking about.
Saying that, by the way, you're like, yeah, we've been recording for like 8 hours, and I looked down at the time, like, no, we haven't.
Wait, we started at like 1, and it's like 6 now. So,
yeah, 5 hours though.
Yeah, all right, my bad.
Like you said 8 hours, and you said 10 hours, and now you're
saying 6. I did not say 8 or 10. You're
the time is like jumping everywhere. Like, what are we doing?
It was daylight savings, okay? All right.
Yeah, we got daylight savings, man. All the homies hate it.
Yeah, I think this is the last year we're having it, so we should be good.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I hope we carry through with that. But yeah, with Kagurabachi, I feel like the extra reason why we might get more frequent calls like this is because a lot of the things me and Sai had been talking about and wanting, it's kind of like we're starting to see those things, and it's crazy to see them on page and see it like so coherently and so concise. Like from Soga to the island to just the characters around it. I can't wait to see what's next. And so I'm not sure when the next Peripheral Vision will be. Maybe like 3 more chapters next break week. Maybe randomly we record another one after. Depends on schedule. But thank you, Sai, for stopping by at the Peripheral Vision. You have anything you want to add or predict or say on Kagurabachi?
Even if Soga doesn't have a good reason, I'm rooting for it.
Okay.
Those Islanders all deserve to go.
Oh my God.
I stand by it.
You're just fueling the rage bait. I shouldn't say. I should let you rage bait.
You know, I've had it's just because we had like some people in the comments section be like, "Oh, sorry, no."
Yeah, I know.
Yes.
They were hitting you like Adam Wood was indestructible. That's how it felt, right?
Yeah, I just had to push back.
Except this was a core character view. This is Soga. The way he dropped. Like, the way he dropped.
It feels like a character that I would write. Which, you know, obviously not as talented as Hokuzono here, but, you know, just seeing Soga's character, I'm just like, oh, thank God, I'm finally represented. Like, now I feel like how, you know... I can't say that. Never mind. Okay. Right. But let's just say I feel represented like a bunch of other minority groups out there nowadays.
Sounds.
This is some good stuff, man.
Yeah, yeah. With that, guys, thank you guys for tuning into the Peripheral Vision. See you guys next time. Peace out.
Peace out, y'all.